Would you like to refine this focus further?
Hi Dance Magazine readers, welcome back to Dance Magazine's YouTube channel. My name is Haley Hilton and this is Dancer Diary, where I'm chronicling my life as a dancer in New York City. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. I thought it would be interesting to look at dance and AI. Obviously AI is like taking over the world in so many ways. I had been thinking that there really wasn't any relation between AI and dance. Like, how could there be? It's such like a physical in-person thing. I don't know, it just didn't make sense to me how there could be any connection. But then I decided to check myself, and I went to Dance Magazine's website and saw that in July 2023 there was actually an article written by Lauren Wingenroth called "How Are Dance Artists Using AI and What Could the Technology Mean for the Industry?" And I'm not going to debrief the whole thing. I recommend checking it out. I'm going to reference it a few times throughout this vlog, but it's interesting. It's actually touching it in a lot of ways. So I was thinking, in like an average day-to-day of my life as a dancer in New York, what are ways that I could utilize AI? What are the pros? What are the cons? How does it go? It is summer, which for me means it's choreography season. I think it's choreography season for a lot of you. Over the next couple weeks, I'm choreographing 9 numbers, which I know for a lot of you is nothing, but for me, it's a lot. And I feel like there are a lot of ethical concerns with using AI in choreography that I would like to avoid, that I don't feel good about. But there are also some ways that I feel like AI could help me speed up certain like logistical parts of the process that can be tedious and time consuming. So before we jump in, I want to address some of the legitimate concerns. So obviously, like, I can see the concern of using AI to actually like come up with the movement and choreograph a dance for you, because then if you're being hired as a choreographer and you're not actually doing any of the choreography, like, that's shady, obviously. But another problem with it that I didn't realize until I read this article on Dance Magazine is that AI bots are sometimes trained on YouTube choreo videos, which is obviously complicated. Just looking at like copyright and stealing someone else's choreography, it gets a little dicey. For me, I don't intend to use AI to help create movement. Here are the things that I feel comfortable using AI for when it comes to choreography. First and foremost, song idea generation. My brain has turned to mush trying to find songs. I'm gonna see if Chat GPT has some ideas. So let's see, let's start with, I am creating choreography for dancers ages 9 to 11. It's a jazz dance, and I'm wondering if you can give me some ideas for songs. A couple of things: they need to be clean, no swear words in them. The content of the song should be age appropriate, and I'd love something with a little bit of character that I can create a storyline with.
It sounds like you're looking for something upbeat and fun with a bit of attitude, but still appropriate for the age group. Here are a few song ideas that might work well for your jazz choreography. 1, Better When I'm Dancing by Meghan Trainor. This song has a great infectious beat that's perfect for jazz choreography.
Firm by Bruno Mars.
Mean and good.
Faith by Stevie Wonder and Ariana Grande.
See the girl with the diamonds and the shoes.
One thing I do like is that I don't have to cut it to fit in the length that I want. And it does have this like bridge and kind of give it some height. Okay, we got an option. Can't Stop the Feeling, good as hell. I don't think I can use that one. Okay, I'm not obsessed with these options, I can't lie. I'm curious, what do you think makes for a good jazz song? Strong, clear rhythm, dynamic energy, catchy melody, positive or empowering lyrics. With that in mind, could you send me a few more even better options? They're giving songs that are just like obvious. Bang Bang is not appropriate. Some of these songs aren't age appropriate. Give me some different options, like a little bit of musical theater vibe. Zero to Hero from Hercules, that would be cute, but they're a little old for that, I think. That would be good for my younger class. I'll keep that in mind for that. I'm already using Friend Like Me. Revolting Children actually could be really cute. My Strongest Suit, I forgot about that. Seize the Day. I mean, that could be kind of cute. Because they live in New York. Wait, that could be cute. Okay, putting that on my list. Maybe we could do a little bit less Disney, something a little unique. Good Morning Baltimore from Hairspray. Okay, not super unique. So it's like obviously not perfect, but it's helping us get there. That would be hilarious. Their parents would love it. How will I know? Oh, that's a great one. I'm gonna list off some of the options and then ask it which one it thinks I should do. I could do She's a Lady, A Little Party Never Killed Nobody, It's Raining Men, You Can't Stop the Beat, King of New York. Okay, sorry. This says the song's iconic, fun and full of energy, making it great for a lively jazz routine, has a strong beat and a playful feel. The lyrics are very focused on the idea of men falling from the sky, which might not be as relatable for a younger audience as if that's relatable for an older audience. Men fall from the sky? Okay, sorry, but I get what it's saying is like that age they're not focusing on love, but yeah. They think that best fit is You Can't Stop the Beat, but if you're looking for something slightly more unique, King of New York. I did find this helpful. What I will say was the most helpful is a few days ago I used it to help me come up with some ballet songs, and my goodness, it came up with some great ideas. It pulled songs from Harry Potter that like worked so well that I'm like, oh, the kids will really attach to this. I literally never would have found these songs had I not been using Chat GPT, and then also looking through Spotify playlists like crazy, scouring YouTube, and oh my gosh, finding songs takes so much time. So I'm glad we are finally getting somewhere. Yay! I tried to ask ChatGPT, there's another song that I'm using for my kids for contemporary, and I asked, hey, I'm curious, how would you cut this music? It's 4 minutes long. I'd like it to be between 2:30 and 2:45, max 3. How would you cut it? And it did not give me great information on how to cut it. If I could have ChatGPT do one thing for me, it would be cut my music for me, because there's nothing I hate more, but it's also so expensive to pay someone to do it that I'm like, I don't want to pay someone to do that. I have the skill to technically do it. I just hate doing it. Maybe ChatGPT could solve it, but it couldn't, so. Okay, after doing lots of research, using ChatGPT, but not only ChatGPT because I feel like it didn't give me as many song options as I would have liked, but using it as a supplement, I have chosen 9 songs. I would say at least 4 of the 9 songs that I'm using were on lists from ChatGPT. They were on other lists as well. But, I mean, that's good. That's definitely good. It's useful. I like a tool. It's not like a catch-all, but it is helpful with idea generation. I'm using ChatGPT to help me recap a piece of choreography. Hi, can you help me transcribe some choreography? I will say it a couple times, just choreographed a dance, and I had to be like, no, I'm the choreographer, you are not the choreographer. I have choreographed something. I just want you to help me transcribe it. So obviously I film myself doing it, but I think it's also helpful for me to have written out like all of the counts and all of the details. And then if I have a sub come in, I find it really, really helpful, but it takes so much time. And this has been a real time saver. Okay, this dance is for dancers ages 8 years old. The song is to Proud Mary, and it begins in a triangle formation of sorts with, okay, so then it writes it out for me. You have a triangle formation at the point, row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. That's not right. Okay, that was close, but not quite. Let me do some clarifying. That's the thing. I feel like in some ways it speeds us up, and then a couple of things that I'm like, it didn't need to take that long. You're gonna plie on 1, pop their right hip up 2. It did it. Gave us exactly what we're looking for. Very nice. So that's how I talk to it. I'm gonna show you a doc of some choreography that I did earlier this week where I had ChatGPT transcribe it, and it's actually really helpful how they organized it. So this is the mini choreo. I identified the dancers where I want them to be, and then they came in, they said how many dancers are on stage, they gave me like the initial formation, and then they go through every 4 counts what we're doing during those sections, which is really helpful. Some of it I clarified counts, some of it I clarified the words that I want it on, and honestly so helpful. From there, I asked Chat GPT to take this outline, and then I had told how many weeks that I have to give them the choreography. Can you break this choreography down into 20-week sections so that I know what amount of choreography I want to cover each week? Like I said, this is different than like a comp choreography where I'm going to teach them all at once. This is going to be learned throughout the year. Week 1 is going to be the formation and the first 8 counts, and that should only take up a few minutes of class. And then the next week we'll quickly review section 1, and then we'll do the next set of 8. And it goes all the way through those, 20 weeks that I asked it to give. We have more time than 20 weeks, but I said, this is what I want for those 20 weeks. Obviously, I'm gonna adjust once I'm in the room if they're not picking it up or they're picking it up quickly, but it's just nice to have this outline that I would have done on my own anyways, that is a little bit of guesswork on my own, but just having this take care of it just saves so much time. If I was just like, no, I'm gonna do everything ChatGPT says to do and plow through, then it will not go well and my kids will struggle. So I am the teacher still, but it's just nice to have an outline. If you have other things that you believe are ethical ways to use ChatGPT that have been helpful for you with your choreography, let me know. This is like pretty simple, but I'm gonna go to class. A lot of times when classes start, a teacher will say like, hey, set an intention for the class today. It can be whatever you want to work on right now. And I feel like I loop through the same 3 things every time. And I just feel like I could do a little bit more to push my needle forward. Obviously, like, AI is no replacement for an educator, but as you become a professional, you're not getting the same kind of like hands-on, very specific, tailored corrections for you. So I'm gonna chat with ChatGPT really quick, and I'm gonna tell them a bit about me as a dancer, some of my strengths, some of my weaknesses, and then ask them to help me come up with a focus for my next dance class that I can take to class, use throughout, and I'll let you know how it goes after. Okay, let's give this a try. I am a dancer in New York City. I'm going to a ballet class, and I'm hoping you can help me choose a focus for the class. I have strong, solid technique. I have good feet. I like to move slowly and with grace, but sometimes I struggle with strength in my petit allegro and grand allegro. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so some of my joints can be a little bit wobbly, and I'd really like to improve my stability. Maybe I talked for
Based on what you've shared, it sounds like focusing on a combination of stability and freedom could be a great approach for your ballet class today. Here are a couple of ideas for you. 1, stability and core engagement. Given your joint concerns with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, you might focus on engaging your core and smaller stabilizing muscles throughout the class. This could mean paying extra attention to maintaining alignment and control, especially during transitions between movements, whether in adagio or in the quicker movements of petit allegro. Think about grounding yourself through the floor, feeling the connection from your feet up through your entire body. Would you like to refine this focus further?
Okay, interesting. It's kind of freaky. It knows so much, but it just regurgitated what I told it basically, where I was like, here, these are what are my strengths and weaknesses. I'd love something like a little more specific. Could we get a little bit more specific? Something a little more unexpected that could help me with those things that's a little less obvious, but that I can really zero in on throughout the entire class.
Absolutely. Let's dive into something more targeted and perhaps unexpected. One often overlooked but powerful area to concentrate on is the transitions between movements, especially in ballet where every step is interconnected. Instead of just thinking about the stability or freedom within individual steps, focus on how you move from one position to another. Pay close attention to the micro adjustments your body makes when transitioning between positions. For example, in a simple tendu to a plie, notice how your weight shifts and how your core stabilizes those shifts. These micro moments are crucial for improving stability, especially with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. By refining these transitions, you'll likely notice a more grounded and secure feeling throughout your movements. Another unexpected focus could be experimenting with tempo in your transitions. For instance, if you're moving from a slow développé into a quicker pas de bourrée, see if you can mentally slow down the transition. 3, imaginary resistance in transitions. As you move through the class, imagine you're moving through a slightly thicker substance, like water. This creates a mental resistance that can help you engage muscles differently and more deeply.
Yeah, that's great actually. I'm excited to apply it. Thank you.
I'm glad you like it. I'm excited for you to try it out in class. Let me know how it goes.
What? Okay, that was kind of crazy. I've never done that before. But actually, I do think that's going to be helpful. I like the idea of the micro adjustments and transitions, paying attention to like what our body's doing. That's like going to be an interesting mindfulness exercise. How your weight shifts and how the core stabilizes those shifts. Obviously, we all know that this is no replacement for actual educators and teachers with a lifetime of experience and who know me personally. But I'm excited to try this as a supplement. Let's see how it goes. Okay, that was a great class, and I actually really like the advice that Chat GPT gave me to focus on those transitions and the stability that it gave me. I actually felt a lot more grounded in the floor, and I had in my mind going through like, okay, transition, weight shift, where's my core? Which you're thinking about all these things anyway, but it was nice to have like some focus to zero in on. And not that I couldn't have come up with that concept on my own without Chat GPT, but it is nice to just be like, hey, I have 7 million other things to focus on today. Can you give me an idea for what to focus on in class? I think I'm totally going to use that again in the future. It'll be fun to use it for like musical theater and contemporary classes, ideas you hadn't considered before, and hopefully help push our needles forward. So yay. The last thing that I'm going to use ChatGPT for is I'm prepping for an audition, what I'm going to wear. There's like a previous dancer diary where we talk about choosing what to wear for auditions. It was super fun, and we got an expert perspective on it, and that is like the number one most important thing, is like an actual real person with experience to tell you what to do. It's still hard to know what the heck to wear. There is an audition for Miracle on 34th Street. Hi, I'm a dancer, and I have an ECC tomorrow, a dance ECC for Miracle on 34th Street, and I'm wondering, what should I wear to my audition? I want to allude gently to the storyline without being too on the nose.
For your dance ECC for Miracle on 34th Street, you can strike a balance between nodding to the holiday and vintage vibe of the show while still looking current and professional. Consider wearing a fitted, festive colored top, such as a deep red or forest green, which subtly hints at the holiday theme. A top with a slight vintage-inspired detail, like a small bow, puff sleeves, or a Peter Pan collar, can gently nod to the period without being over the top. Stick to modern cuts and fabrics to keep the look fresh for 2024. Bottoms. Pair the top with high-waisted, tailored dance leggings or fitted pants in a neutral color like black or charcoal.
Okay, so I don't have anything that like matches the time period in terms of like color or whatever, but this is a green top that I thought this could work. It ended up that I injured my toe, and it needs just a little bit more time before I put it in heels. So I couldn't go to that audition today. So this is what I would wear if I were going to this audition today. What would you tell me to wear if I had a dance ECC for Chicago? Outfit inspo: top, a sleek fitted black leotard or tank top would be ideal. Okay, something with a bit of a V-neck or subtle cutout could nod to the sultry vibe of Chicago without being too overt. Bottoms pair with black high-waisted dance shorts or fitted black leggings. I kind of disagree. I mean, like, sure, that's fine, but I probably would go with black tights personally. Oh, you could also consider fishnets under your shorts for an extra nod to the show style. Great, thank you. If I were going to an audition for Hairspray for the ensemble as a dancer, what would you have me wear? Channel fun, vibrant, and upbeat. Top. Consider wearing a bright, colorful fitted top or leotard. A top with a retro-inspired detail such as a small bow or a slight puff sleeve. Okay, yeah. I didn't do that, but that could be cute. Bottoms, pair the top with a high-waisted dance short or fitted capris in a complementary color. Interesting. They told us to wear white sneakers when I auditioned for Hairspray, and then most everyone was wearing skirts or dresses. So this isn't quite in line with what I think most people would say for it, but I get the vibrant color, keep it fun, retro inspired. If I were to audition for the Black Swan that's coming to Broadway, what should I wear? Okay, for auditioning for Black Swan on Broadway, especially considering that it's contemporary and created by Sonia, you want to choose an outfit that reflects the intensity and artistry of the piece. Outfit: top, a sleek fitted black or dark top or leotard is a strong choice. Look for something with unique detailing such as mesh panels, asymmetrical cuts, or subtle cutouts that add a contemporary edge. Avoid anything too traditional or frilly. I did see a lot of people in black tights. I wore black tights to this audition, so I don't know. Honestly, not bad. I would use this to give me advice, and then I would still go double check with friends to see what they think. I feel like the main thing that I'm taking away for this vlog is it's helpful for idea generation, but ultimately go to an expert if you really want advice, and trust your own instincts because you're the pro. Thanks for following along. Come back next month to see what we have happening. Mwah.